Welcome back to Bonita Creek RC. And here I got my Ascent-18 Scout, and the first thing I'm going to do to it is I'm going to put some rock lights on it. Because when I drive at night, like, it only shines in front of the grill and then out a little ways, and then the tail lights are actually pretty bright and you can see behind. But you can't see where the tires are where you need to be looking, so these should do the trick. This is my first set of rock lights I've gotten from Injora, so we'll have to see how long they last. Some of the lights on my SCX-24 C10, the stock ones, the resistors burnt out on them. So this comes with a light controller, so this will let you do some different light modes from, you can change them on the third channel, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it needs a two-way switch or like if a three-position switch will work. I don't know, we'll have to see. But these look very nice. Those are some big old LEDs, and then the aluminum housing that they're in are very nice. These have a 2mm hole on them, so you can't really, I guess you could use them on the SCX-24, but they have some 1.4mm ones for the SCX-24. Okay, I'll put some free mods in this video too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unbolt the tray that the ESC is mounted on, and I'm going to switch it out for the one in the front, and I'll just leave the back empty there. And something I've already done is leaned the shocks back, and that lowered the ride height, and it kind of smoothed up the articulation and added a little more articulation. One problem that this is having is the shocks are leaking. I don't know if you can see it on there, but there's oil all on the outside. And it's lost a fair bit of its dampening. Still it's not as bad as like friction damp shocks, but it's like that one's lost its oil. I think this one's losing some, but it still has dampening. This one kind of is still dampening. And this one's lost all its oil. So I don't know. I don't think they make seals to replace the seals on them, so I might have to get them warranted. I decided to get the little scale out, and this is 12.3 grams. I'm moving from the rear to the front, so that should help a bit. And then I don't think I'm going to put the tray back in the rear. That weighs 2.4 grams. I don't think I'm going to put it back in the rear unless I need it to mount the lights on, or something to put the screws into. Wait, never mind. I just remembered the rock lights came with hardware and nuts, so that little tray is not going in the back. Okay, with the ESC up here in the front, is with this extra finger on the hinge point, it was binding a bit, but I just sanded the edge of that a bit so it was rounded, and it was just barely getting bound up. And if it's like a little cockeyed, it will bind, and you can just feel it rub as it goes. But yeah, it works decent. The reason it does that is the ESC is not square with the tray. It's offset to the forward a little bit. Now it was offset back a bit, so you could unstick it and restick it down, but I don't have any adhesive tape, so I just sanded that off a little bit, and it works decent now. Okay, I couldn't really film while I was working on routing all the wiring. It just took too much thought. So it does end up working on the third channel, but you have to go all the way from one side to the other. So you have to go, the middle section doesn't do anything, so you just have to go back and forth. It would work better on just a regular button, not a three-way switch. But on the remote, I can turn on light solid, or I go again and turn them on like that dimming thing. flash. It's kind of weird that they go dim, but then anyway, so I got them mounted up by the shocks on the rear, up on the shock towers, and then I have them mounted to the two front screws of the front tray up by the steering servo. And then there's the strobe. It's kind of cool. I really like it. From the sides, the tires do block a lot of light, but these are very bright, and actually the LEDs actually get kind of warm, so I don't know if that's right or not, but they are pretty bright, and bright LEDs do actually get warm, so that's what I'm thinking. For $12, it was definitely worth it. It really, and it's just pretty cool. The next thing I'm gonna do to this thing is I have some tires coming for it, some Injora mud paw. They're a 58 millimeter height, so the bigger 1.0 ones. So we'll be able to test those tires out, and I'll try them on some silicone inserts too. All right, we'll do a little night driving in a snap. Okay, it's dark now, and here's the rock lights. Boom! Man, that's nice. Super bright. They actually overpower the headlights a bit. They have different modes I can turn on. It's on the 3rd channel. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a 3-position switch, so I have to go all the way from end to end of the switch. So it has this kind of fade, and then it blinks, and then it gets dim and blinks. Just kind of cool. And then there's just strobe. I mean, the camera's kind of picking up every other flash, and then there's off. That's super bright. Like, it's pretty dark out, and it just lights it up. Spot or two to plug in more lights, so I might get like a 34 millimeter low guy racing parts light bar, and it might fit in the middle there on the front bumper, or I might try and find a wider one to go up on the roof to really shine out far forward. But that goes out, no, it's actually pretty good how far it shines out the front. I was surprised how bright the brake lights are. Like, they're just about as bright as the headlights. Can't really tell right now, but actually you can. The bluer light is headlight, and that wider light, like right there, is rock light. I kind of have them angled, the front one's angled forward a little bit to shine forward. It does kind of look funny when it drives, because the light in the rear is so close to the tire, you can just see the lugs go by. It's gonna be so much better for going night wheeling. Here, I think I'm gonna do just some driving around, and I'll put some music on it. But yeah, these cost like $12, I think. And then Injora rock lights, there's a 2.0 millimeter for the attaching hardware, so that'll work on TRX 4Ms or the Ascent-18. If you have an SCX-24, you're going to want the 1.4 millimeter lights, but I highly recommend them. They're very, very bright, and they actually get kind of warm. But all right, we'll do some driving. Okay, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you like what you see. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I hope to bring you lots of content in 2025. I want to thank you all for watching. And tell me what you want to see in this coming year. I'll try and make it happen if I can. But thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.